So you've got a near endless field of grass, but what in the hell do you do with it? What's up guys, it's Smith here from GamersHeroes.com, and today we're going to tell you everything you need to know about grass in Farming Simulator 25. Okay, so there are several stages of working with the grass that has different outcomes, but the first stage for all of them is to cut the grass. So all you need to do is go and buy yourself a mower. Now it depends on your financial situation, what kind of settings you're playing on, but just go into the vehicle section, go to grassland and go to mowers. Whether you're using the basic Kun GMD 3123F or this monstrous big M450 from Chrome, it's pretty much the same thing. It just works obviously a little bit quicker. So with this particular model, you do get an option up in the top corner there to change the work mode. This just changes how the grass is dispersed as you are cutting it. This only really matters if you're really looking to hyper efficient your process, but it depends on what process you want to do. So whether you're using this mower or the very basic mower, it's pretty much the same thing. All you have to do is lower it and turn it on, and then it will cut the grass. There we go, we'll get this going now, and we're going to cut the grass. So the settings for the basic lawnmower, the very cheapest one you will find, you will have this same singular line behind you. As I've said, you can change the settings on this particular one, the work settings, and it will do different things. Ignore that little bit of grass I'm missing it on purpose. I'm not, I hate doing this, but there we go. So once you've got your grass out into a line, you then have several different choices to make. So the first option, or two options really, is just working with grass itself. There are two things you can do here. You could either bale it up into bales, or you can just pick it up as loose grass. Obviously, this depends on the money and the equipment you've got access to, but you're going to need specific things for specific jobs, right? So if you want to put this up into a baler, we're using a square baler. I'm not sure if there's any difference between the round balers and the square balers. You don't have to buy the more expensive ones. We're just using this one because it allows you to pack on several at once. All you've got to do is pop this on and then ride along your grass, and it will turn it into bales. You can sell grass bales. They're not worth a lot of money. It is slightly easier to store than grass by itself. And you can also use grass bales to feed your cows. I think it's cows, maybe some other animals as well, but you can definitely use it to feed your cows. So all you've got to do, as of all the other stuff, is just turn it on and get to it, really. So we'll lower it up. Turn on the baler. This will ride across. Make sure you're doing this with just base grass. We'll go into other things you can do with this any second. Let me just go down this first. So as you can see, once I turn it on, it's picking up the grass now. It just takes a second or two. Now this one builds pretty large hail bales, grass bales. So it takes a while for them to pop out, but you'll see it here any second. You can see the grass going in, and you can see the bale there popping out. So this is one of the things you can do with the grass once you've cut it. It is probably the least profitable thing to do, so there are better things you can do with it. But if for any reason you need grass bales, this is what you do. Now for the next option, this is pretty much just about picking the grass up as it is. You are going to need some kind of forage wagon. So I think we've got the Pottinger here. There's a few you can choose from. And all this does is as you're going across, once you activate it, you can see there, it will pick up the grass and store it. This is pretty much the same as bales, except with the bales, obviously it's easier to store because you don't have to keep them in a vehicle the entire time. So you can just put them in a barn or store them up outside somewhere else. This can also be dropped off directly to your cows. So it's up to you which system you want to use, whether you want to use bales or grass. But most of the time, you're probably going to want to turn your grass into more valuable commodities, which we'll show you now. So next up, we have silage. So this is something used to make the TMR stuff, the total mixed rations, which is the best way, or the only way I think, to get 100% on your feeding stats for your cattle. It can also be fed directly to them, but typically you want to wait, really. So for this one, you need any of these wrappers here. We're using this one here, I think. Might be this one. Either way, it's pretty much the same process. You take your baled grass, so the grass that you baled earlier on, and then you use the wrapper to wrap the bale up as follows. You will need a consumable for this one. I think you need to buy some wrapping or something from the store. Head over the top of the bale. It will pick it up. It will then wrap it. So typically you're going down in the field doing this. You can set it to auto drop there. You can see in the top left-hand corner. It will turn on automatic drop. It will drop it as you move on to the next one. With this stuff, you then need to wait. Now, I've got the server right now on 0.5 times speed, so you're not going to see it here. But you have to wait. In the bottom right there, you can see there is a fermenting stat, which is currently 0%. In order for this to go into silage, you need to wait until it is 100%. You will then get silage from the encased bale. Last but not least, we have the tedder option. And this is a process of drying out the grass, which can then turn into hay. So again, you can use any of these. We've got the big one here. As with all the other machines, it's very, very simple. You just activate it, put it down. So lower the tedder. It's going to take me a while to get used to these controls. Turn it on. Eventually. So basically what this will do, this will gather up all of the sort of grass that you've already cut, and it will form a new pile, and that new pile will be hay because it's all been dried out. So let's turn this on real quick. As we go along now, you will see it's making new piles. I know I'm going to get some crap for the fact I can't mow in a straight line, alright, but bite me. I have issues seeing. So this is all turning behind me now. This is no longer grass. This is now hay, which is pretty much the same as grass in terms of your options. You can either pick it up on a flatbed or a big open truck, or you can turn it into bales and use them to feed your livestock or sell them. If you're talking about just money-wise, every time I've looked so far, hay is worth more than grass, because obviously you've got the extra step of doing the teddying, so it's up to you what you want to do. But that's pretty much all the options you've got for grass, guys. Hopefully this was useful. If it helped you out, do like and subscribe. Really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care now.